It is the Tuesday album tour, and we are wrapping up. Psych, it's April. Probably my worst themed name month ever, but one of the best posters I think we ever ended up with. It's really, really one of the best posters. I love that you guys made that acronym. Makes me so happy. We just finished listening to Mothers of Invention, Frank Zappa's project, and the album Absolutely Free. We are finishing our Psych It's April month up with a band called Gong and an album called You. Now, I'm only going to be listening to the first 8 songs because they make up the album proper. What, people dropped the needle on, that's what I tried to jump into. I'm also 100% unaware of this band. Actually, let me just double check. I might be mistaken. I'm completely raw dog here. I got nothing. And I'm also a Gong virgin. My gong has not been banged. So, I guess it's time to get my gong banged. Guys, let me know. This is a music discovery stream. Have you heard this album, or are you raw dogging a first listen with me? I have I've listened to Steve Hillage before during a big community day. Got it. I've got a pretty good chunk of context. Get me some W's for the homie Cone, one of the longest standing brewskis. Now, Gong is a band whose convoluted and expansive history is difficult to summarize in a concise manner. No question in regards to the group, whether it be about genre or geography, can be met with a simple explanation. They were figuratively and literally all over the map, not to mention their elaborate mythology surrounding the fictional planet Gong. Okay. They're generally considered to be part of the Canterbury scene, mostly due to Gong founder David Allen, I think is how I'm supposed to say that, being a member of prominent Canterbury band Soft Machine, though Allen himself was Australian and Gong was formed in France when he was denied re-entry to the United Kingdom after his visa expired while on tour in 1967. Allen, along with his partner and bandmate Gilly Smith, then had to flee to Mallorca under threat of arrest following the student revolution of 1968. They returned to France the next year and recorded Gong's psychedelic debut, The Magick Brother, released in 1970. In Belgium, for their first ever gig, they were introduced on stage by a bemused Frank Zappa, who later praised the band on a couple occasions throughout their career. Then, after a brief detour making a soundtrack for the film Continental Circus in 1971, came their second album, Camembert Electric, I don't know, which is considered their first as a proper band, and it is also where they developed their signature sound combining psychedelic rock with prog. Okay. After some dramatic lineup changes, including a brief departure of Gillies following the birth of her and Alan's son, the band released their third album, Flying Teapot, in 1973, the first installment in a series of concept albums collectively known as the Radio Gnome Trilogy, with a continuous story spanning across 3 releases. This is when the mythology, which had only been hinted at on previous albums, began to take center stage. The second installment, Angel's Egg, came out the same year and featured their new guitarist, Steve Hillage, more prominently. And in 1974, came the glorious conclusion with You, which saw the return of Gilly Smythe. The 3 albums follow the adventure of Zero the Hero, Yoni the Witch, and the Pothead Pixies from the planet Gong. But as you're unfortunately starting with their conclusion of the story, there's not much point in attempting to follow it, and it can be rather confusing as is. The original vinyls came with booklets explaining the mythology, complete with the glossary of terms and profiles of all the characters and the band members' extraterrestrial alter egos. After this point in the band's history, things got even more convoluted. The constant lineup change continued, and various incarnations of the band were sometimes active simultaneously. Despite all this, they managed to keep a consistent identity throughout their nearly 60-year career, and as per the final wishes of David Allen, they're still active to this day. Wow. What a story. Okay. Well, that's the longest context crew I've read to date. That might be the longest one I plan to read because your boy is not good at reading out loud. I lost a lot of confidence along the way. Do forgive. But guys, one more time, let me know, have you heard this album or are you raw dogging a very first listen with me? Guys, I'm going to hit the play button. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Kick or Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. These people over here are the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. Guys, without further ado, let's get introduced to Gong, shall we? The album, here we go. Thoughts for Naught.
If you want to fly, if you want to become is not a superhero. You could try the ascension of the Great Pyramid of...
And where are they from? Oh, well, you couldn't tell me. Where's David from? And where's Jilly or Gilly?
Approaching and pushing away infinity.
Why'd that open? I don't have a Facebook. Okay. This does kind of remind me a little bit of Yes. Am I hearing keys or mellotron or like actual like stringed instruments? Flutes? Oh, sweet absurdity. Kind of feels operatic a bit. Right here. Maybe replace Floyd with like...
In case you don't remember, this is what you do. Get up out of bed now. If there's nothing left to find the answer to...
This reminds me of Cardiacs. This reminds me of Little House. A little. Hang on. Little man. No. Little House. This reminds me of A Little Man and a House, and this reminds me of this album. This reminds me of this album. That's the way we all go. Anyways.
Left to find the answer to his question. Come on.
This is interesting.
If you're a believer, what do you believe? Why do you believe it? Don't you
So it's very quirky. There's also like a really, really, really loud microphone scenario happening with his mouth. And the reason I know that is because, and I'm going to start talking really quietly here for a moment, but the reason I'm saying that is because you can kind of just hear ridiculous detail in his voice, right? So I know, like, I'm barely whispering and I'm like making a lot of like sounds with my mouth as I'm talking, and that's very much by design. But you're kind of hearing his voice do the exact same thing, except he's doing it in a louder context, but his voice is just underneath the vocals in some places. So you're hearing ridiculous amount of voice detail, but it's just below the music, so it isn't giving you the ASMR vibe like I'm currently giving you.
Let a bothered pig say, show you what to do, and this is what he'll tell you. If you got a problem, to know who you are, here now, this is what you do. Remember, you are me, I am you, all of us together. Now
Googled it. Apparently, cardiacs are, Apparently, cardiacs were big fans of Gong, and members of the band are members of the current variation of Gong. So you're right on the money, Limfow.
Big say, show you what to do, and this is what he'll tell you. If you got a problem, to know who you are, here now, this is what you do. Remember, you are me, I am you, all of us together. Now,
So Cone, let me ask you this, my guy. When you listen, if I were to follow along with the entirety of like the trilogy that you're speaking of here, is there a storyline that I would be able to concisely follow?
in case you don't.
Instrumental. Okay. I can't decide how many members are in the band for the recording of this album. Oh, thank you for that, Cone. I think Torn. this occurs to me to say to people that have not had psychedelic experiences before, but did you know that saying trippy is like a colloquialism for saying psychedelic? If something is trippy, something's psychedelic. More or less. Am I wrong? I don't think so. The reason I bring this up is because it occurs to me that people that have not delved into psychedelics may not know the nomenclature. I never even thought about it until just now. And this is Master Builder. I feel like the Firebog one is about to... The pumping energy here. Man, it just really sent that one, didn't it? The saxophone thing. I want to play with it. You remember when we listened to Morphine not long ago? This is kind of giving me like a vibe that Morphine listened to Gong before they ever got to being Morphine. This is also not at all something I saw coming, you know? Like, if this is Canterbury adjacent, friggin' dope, dude. I think we need to have like a investigation of what Canterbury is, but also, is this what all of Gong sounds like? Is this what all of Gong sounds like? Cause like, slap my butt, no way. This is an amazing sound. I think mid 70s, 73, early 70s. Even the panning. By the way, I heard the bird sounds. We consider the birds, but it made me think, did they record those or was that folly? And then that made me think, somebody recently on YouTube commented, I hate the way you say the word folly. It's folly. Tell me, is this a depends on what side of the Mississippi you live on kind of scenario here? Or am I making myself sound foolish? You hear the panning in your ears? Listen, it's the panning. I don't know that I'd call it a hook. Bum, 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 bum. The drummer is nuts. The guitar player is nuts. And I have a snack. That guitar solo came right out of nowhere. Is where it, like, I didn't know, you know, because a lot of times you don't get like really punchy, gratuitous guitar soloing like that, and I wouldn't call that gratuitous. So don't hear something I'm not saying. But most of the time, you don't get aggressive like power solos like that within the realms of prog rock. I mean, I feel like they're a lot more melodic and kind of thought out and emotional driven than they are energy driven. This felt like it kind of had a good mix of in between there. I'm really liking this a lot. The saxophone before, it's like they trade textures. You know, I was thinking that we had such aggressively powerful saxophone in there, but then you end up trading those for like thumping bass lines and these synthy kind of sounds, which like the keys player or players, I don't know. You can build an invisible temple in your own imagination, if you will. Wow. He's right. And you know, I just want everybody to know you can do that too. If you set your mind to it. A sprinkling of clouds. Oop. Listen to these pans already in the keys. This is an instrumental. Okay. It's an easy one to take in. I hope. This is perfect. I've got some pistachios and an instrumental. This song is an all-time favorite. That's high praise, Cone. I've listened to a lot of music with you over the years, bro. That's high praise. Night, Uncle Bert. I'm loving this ascent. This build-up is it really feels like we're going up, getting ready to drop on a roller coaster here. Wait until it drops. I love these textural build-ups. This might be the one I'd try to play with. This does remind me of somebody, but I can't think of who it is. Maybe like... No. Who is it? They call it New Mage. This is really, really, really interesting because it's really being patient with this build-up. You know what I mean? And you've got these like arpeggiators, I think. Are we hearing ARPs? EMS Cynthia and Moog making these noises. Thank you, Nate. Man, you answered that before I even thought to ask it. Man, you're a peach. Rush when Getty started using using keys. I could definitely get a little bit of that vibe, but this is happening like years before Rush does Fly By Night. Or Rush, the album. Love that bass sound. Listen to that. You hear the bass? Listen to all the different sounds that pan. I want you to hear how lush this atmosphere is. It continuously builds up, but if you pick it almost any sound, you can hear it panning subtly and softly through the stereo soundscape. There it is. You hear the drums? This is tremendous. Okay, I'm not playing with this. Listen to this. I think I want to go to the beginning of this trilogy. '73, '74? This is nuts. The pounding, like it definitely, I'm really fighting the urge to go and get a guitar here. I'm gonna let it play through and listen to it a bit more, and then I might take a nap back. This atmosphere is huge. And it doesn't have like a consistent tempo. It just continuously evolves. Here's the guitar. What is this in D? Saxophone makes this. Well, the drum too. Listen to the bell work. they create such an atmosphere with this bass running all over the place? Yeah, Pink Floyd on meth, not far. This saxophone. I don't know how I would even try to take an at-bat at that. Like I opened up my I opened up my equipment to do it, but I don't know how I would even try. That one might be a little bit of. It's really good music. The blending of this stuff. Like seeing the way they incorporate the atmosphere, but then they do very, very different things than I would conventionally attribute to psychedelic rock. The pumping bass lines feel more like they're punk rock or new wave bass lines, but they're laid out in this really, really luscious atmosphere. You've got that guitar texture that just comes in, but then kind of fades back out into kind of doing its like ambient wah-like thing and presenting itself with bombastics. You've got just this really luscious array of keys that are creating a huge atmosphere, and then the flutes, and you hear them kind of trade whatever is on the forefront. I really like the way that they are approaching this. This is certainly up my alley. I do see why people kept saying, like, Walter, dude, like, it seems like people that know Gong knew that I would like Gong. And I know that's a silly thing to say, but if you've followed along with the channel in our music discovery path, like, if you look at the map riddled to where we got up till now, like, our path traveled to get to where we are right here as a community in the journey, I think we can all agree that we've heard plenty of music along the way that Gong probably inspired. You know, I think we all probably can recognize the ripple effect that Gong has had in the music that we have explored on this channel. Food for thought. Anyways, be right back. I'm going to go hang a piss. All right, let us get back to this, and we are going into Perfect Mystery.
It's a perfect mystery. How becomes a tree a tree?
What?
There's something telling me that nothing.
Listen to this drum work.
Nothing is.
The marimba?
Nothing is. Only one lifetime learning to be. Cops at the door.
No cops at the door.
Cops at the door.
No cops at the door.
Is that Gilly's voice? And Zappa wonkiness. Cardiac certainly listened to this.
She looked in the cupboard and found the eyes in her sleeve.
On
That's such a nice riff, dude.
the Isle of Everywhere, it becomes a man to share all and everything he cares for.
Reminds me of Mycelium a little bit.
Everybody
Mycelium. It reminds me a little bit of... What's up, Pike? Welcome to the Rooskies, homie. Pike is Burton.
slowly melting themselves together again. Look up in the air,
The octave doctor's there.
and when he strokes his gong,
Your little eye comes on.
This is very zany.
What a surprise! She looked around for zero, but he'd lost his eyes in a fruitcake.
Okay. Okay. In the Isle of Everywhere? Only 2 songs to go. This kind of sounds funky. Hey, do it now. Bum, 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 bum. You'd call Gong prog, not psych? Because I'm hearing psychedelic rock for sure. I am moved right now. Down, down. Frog comes out of psychedelia. I would agree. Should I take a nap bat? I've been talking about it. I've been talking about it. Okay. Probably not going Jerry Garcia sounding here. Give me a sec. finding it. This is not easy to play to. Like, I can't find where it's going. I can't find where it's picking up. I'm like having to like connect on their like improv in a very different. that's the thing. It feels like we're switching from like major to minor, and maybe even keys. Like, I'm not sure what it is that's happening. It is super, super, super confusing to try to latch on to. Like, and even when I do look at the Tim message, hang on, let me scroll up a little bit here. Walt, if you find the minor scale that fits one chord, just move whatever you're doing up 3 frets over. Okay, gotcha. So that's the thing. I feel like we're switching from major to minor tonalities. They're playing they're playing 2 different keys right now. some things I'm just not ready for. I think I figured out that Gong is going to be practice I got to take another time. I got too lost trying to play something I just wasn't ready to step up to bat for. But this is an exciting prospect because I think it's kind of an it's territory I want to explore anyway. Like as an aspiring improvisational musician, a person that is really continuously working on like learning my modes and my scales and like trying to be able to just insert myself into being able to play. It presents a new challenge, and in that there's a little bit of me that's kind of chomping at the bit to just be like, screw this, I want to just play with this thing and like try to force myself into learning here, because that's how I've always done it. When music pulls this out of me, it says something about the sound, you know, when it inspires me to want to play or learn to play. Like I can't even approach this right now, and that's exciting to me because I want to approach it. Also, last track on the album, so we have to decide if it's going to stick the landing. I'm not going to lie to you. Gong, we're going to do this trilogy. At bare minimum, I want to hear the trilogy. I want to kind of see how this evolves. I want to like this is the style of music that seems to blend a couple of things I've been really deeply into the peripheral of, you know, like when you look at psych rock, when you look at like psychedelia in particular, when you look at prog, when you look at jazz and kind of the exploration we've done with like Zappa, some of the stuff we've done with like Yes, honestly Giz, like specifically the album Ice Death, Planets, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava. Certainly that album reminds me of this one in its own a little bit less avant-garde way. I didn't mean to start with the last one. It's not but here we are. But anyways, this is a great first impression. I really like it. Also, did you know that Ice Death, like that the Ice Death album is actually like a mnemonic device for the major modes of guitar scales? Or like not guitar scales, of musical major modes? Did you guys know that? Ice Death, Planets, Lungs, Mushroom. Hang on. Planets, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava. Yeah, so Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, and Aeolian. Thank you. And Locrian. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, they've mentioned Gong, so yeah. What's up, low paid comment? Welcome to the Rooskies, homie. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's really, really, really cool to me. I learned that not long ago, but it kind of occurred to me that would be a really great album to practice your guitar modes to. And if you like transpose the keys as you're listening to the song, you could practice all over the fretboard to any of the major modes, which I think is kind of cool. A lot of people have been telling me I need to listen to Osric Tentacles. I think I might need to just put that in the hopper to visit later, because a lot of people are saying it at this point. Oh no! Listen to that.
Don't you remember why you came to everywhere?
I'm like fascinated here. Kind of reminds me of like Sweeney Todd a little bit.
All that you could take was a piece of cake.
Like if Sweeney Todd took an acid.
And now you'll have to wait another time.
If Sweeney Todd took an acid and then went on a time machine to the 60s or 70s, maybe I'm really stretching now, but I think you get it. And the Discord just pops in every day. Oh, I know, Cone. This flute is tremendous. The drum sounds amazing. That they have this jazziness to them with this atmosphere. And then that.
Maybe you're here for the giggle. Maybe you're into the puzzle. Maybe you're blowing the bubble. Maybe you're rolling a muddle.
This one feels prog for sure.
The more you know, the more you know, you don't know what you know. Stone cold left to go back with the hill to live. And now and then you goof again, you never blow your trip forever.
You never blow your trip forever feels somehow like profound, like tripping, knowledge.
Mother soul, brother, be high here now. Third eye open to me while you will group soul lost and found underground next time round.
The staccato approach to his meter and vocals there.
A real number zero, the man. Cause he keeps a telling on the down the gate. He's saying if I make it good, I think you can. There's a hole in the morning. It's the hole that he was born in. Now they all mention it.
Cookie from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard sings with very similar meters to this, and I've commented on it a lot how it like always stood out to me.
So lost and found underground next time round.
From the There's a Hole in the Morning, it's like they forced the
A
fifth
real
run.
number zero, the man. Cause he keeps a telling on the down the gate. Saying if I make it good, I think you can. There's a hole in the morning. It's the hole that he was born in. Now they all mention it.
Goofiest verse.
It's the world of illusion. Zero, zero, without illusion. And no solution to speak of. Around and round and round and round and round. A zero coming round again.
This is
And maybe
wild.
you come, and maybe you go, and maybe you right, and maybe you wrong, maybe you do one, and maybe you do.
Kind of feels like a little bit less aggressive version of Amandul, like that sings in a language that I'm easier to understand, a little bit more whimsical even.
A zero coming round again. And maybe you come,
The oscillation.
It's all the same, it's all in the name, it's all in the sky. It doesn't really matter if you made it, so long as you try.
That descent there. This is definitely also kind of making me feel like I should revisit Cardiacs. You know, maybe an album that's going to be a little bit more similar to Little House, or whatever the preferred abbreviation for that very long album name is. But this is making me think I should revisit them. I did Sing to God. That was that took a long time. I love those guitar parts. Panning everywhere. Some of the snippets are from previous Gong albums, so are they kind of adding a continuity to them?
Well, there goes zero the hero, turning on around the wheel of births and deaths. And meanwhile, the octave doctors and the pilot pixies and all the other characters of Planet Gong have to leave you now with this last a little song.
Okay.
Why don't you, why don't you try? Why don't you try to try? Oh, why don't you try? Oh, why don't you try? Why don't you?
I love this little bass line walking behind him.
Why don't you try?
Also, her voice is like...
Oh, why don't you try? Oh, why don't you, why don't you, why don't you, why don't you try? Why don't you, why don't you, why don't you, why don't you try?
Yo, 8V24, by the way. Welcome to the Rooskies, homie. Rooskies, make our new friend feel at home.
Why don't you try? Oh, never have a dash. Go on.
She's really experimenting there at the end with her voice there, huh?
Bye bye. Try. Bye bye.
That's unique. This is one of the more interesting ones of the album. But it's like, I feel like I'm lacking some context that would make me appreciate it more. I'm fascinated, though. I can't say it quite stuck the landing for me because I feel like I was missing so much. The instrumentals are incredible. The way it transitions was awesome. Immediately something I could sink my teeth into. But I'm kind of just excited to hear the story told over the sound. So I'm definitely going to be doing the other two of this trilogy. I hate that I kind of spoiled the ending, but maybe, you know, when I revisit this, having the other albums as context, maybe they're Dadaists. Maybe. Don't go accusing people of that, though. You know what I mean? Some people might not think it's a very nice thing to say. Just be, just be careful. We live in a crazy world. All life is Dadaism these days. Tell me that's not the truth. Guys, Gong earned more listens. I can't say deep dive yet, but I can say the storyline has me captivated. And I'm going to be coming back to check out the storyline. This was a very interesting... Again, when I say interesting, I mean... I'm coming at you from the perspective of a musician who is not a professional, simply just a person trying to improve at his craft. I do it for enjoyment. I like being able to build a knowledge base on what it is I'm doing. And in this, it's something so far outside of anything I've ever really practiced or rehearsed or attempted that it stands out to me as like, could I do that? And it makes me really want to try. And that, I don't think you could say about just any music you hear. You know? I just don't think you can. Like, this isn't just a Cowboy Chords album kind of scenario here, you know? This is it's somehow seemingly like improvisational, but also very, very much shifting in its ways. It shifts, keys, time signatures, etc. And so much of it seems to be done on ambience, atmosphere, and feel. Yeah. No, I've been here in bed for the last hour, but that album entranced me too much. Yeah, Tara, that's the makings of a good album. We're coming back for Gong. We're definitely coming back. I'm guessing first timers. What'd you think of it? I'm guessing you liked it too, guys. I did. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.